U.S. considering variety of options for ConocoPhillips' Willow drilling project. The Biden administration on Friday unveiled an environmental analysis for ConocoPhillips' NYSE COP deliberate $6 billion Willow oil and gas challenge in Alaska and outlined several alternatives for the development, along with now not constructing it at all. The release of the record has been exceptionally anticipated with the aid of the oil and gas industry and environmental companies because last 12 months, whilst a federal decide in Alaska reversed the Trump management's approval of the massive venture and stated federal corporations have to rethink their environmental evaluation. It comes as President Joe Biden has sought to stability his dreams of fighting weather trade with calls to growth gasoline resources within the face of hovering costs. In the draft assessment, the U.S. Bureau of Land Management (BLM) analyzed 5 capacity options for the project, which include ConocoPhillips' idea to accumulate to 5 drill websites, dozens of miles of roads, 7 bridges and pipelines. It additionally taken into consideration a scaled-down version with fewer drill sites and different infrastructure that could have less of an effect on flora and fauna, which includes caribou. BLM said it'll also keep in mind no longer approving the venture at all. The Bureau will receive public comment on the options for 45 days, which it'll bear in mind in its very last decision. In a statement, ConocoPhillips spokesperson Dennis Nuss said Willow became a sturdy example of environmentally and socially accountable improvement that gives significant public advantages. The evaluation is being launched almost a year after Alaska District Court Judge Sharon Gleason vacated the BLM's approval of Willow, announcing the Bureau did not remember greenhouse fuel emissions from overseas oil consumption in its overview. Willow turned into accepted through the administration of former President Donald Trump as part of his push to ratchet up fossil gasoline improvement on federal lands. Alaskan officials desire the task will assist offset declining oil manufacturing in the country. Willow would be located inside the National Petroleum Reserve Alaska, a 23-million-acre region on the country's north slope that is the largest tract of undisturbed public land inside the United States. The Willow Mission area holds an predicted 600 million barrels of oil, or more than the amount presently held inside the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve, the US of A's emergency supply stored in caverns along the Gulf Coast. Environmental businesses reiterated their opposition to the task on Friday. Alaska Wilderness League Conservation Director Kristen Miller, in a declaration, called it an unparalleled climate and biodiversity hazard that puts President Biden's weather legacy at hazard.